What's up YouTube, it's Cosmo with 5 production tips for my new song, Let Me Go, I did with Gene Olivia. Let's start with tip number 1, how I chop up my real piano samples. Here's the original sample. I love the quality of the sample, but the problem is that there's no minor chord. We only have a major chord, an inverted major chord. So I went and found another sample that had a minor chord from the same pack. That gave me more options to work with. So I created this piano loop by piecing together parts of this sample and this sample together. Let's hear that. So I had to transpose these pianos at different semitones in order to create the progression. Let's check out some of the processing on the piano. So here it is dry. Adding some EQ to cut out the low frequencies. I'm then adding RC20 appropriately. I have the sad piano preset. So that's adding some of that wobble that makes it sound more vintage especially, and nice distortion. Then I've got kickstart, 66% mix, every bar though, not every quarter note. Then I've got the Haas effect. Zoom will not record this in stereo, but I have the Haas effect making it wider. Got some OTT on there. 50%, boosting the highs 4 dB. That's really gonna bring out the white noise from RC20, the fake vinyl noise, and the natural ambience of the piano. Here I've got this gate. That might be to shut off the OTT that's hitting that vinyl noise at the end of one of these sections. Yup, without the gate, you're hearing that vinyl noise get crushed by the OTT, which is really annoying. Then I've got utility doing some more volume control, probably. Just making the intro a little fade in a bit. Here I've got a side chain that's gonna actually take from my main vocal. I deleted the main vocals from this session, but I'm actually side chaining not to the drums, but to the main vocal, and that way every time Gino would sing, the piano would get a little bit quieter. And lastly, I'm just turning it down 2 dB. So let's move on to part 2. Tip number 2 is simply to pitch your audio up an octave very frequently. Here I've got the main vocal sample. Then I'm just pitching that up an octave, pretty easy. Let's hear that. Make sure to play with the formant slider on the Complex Pro algorithm. Tip number 3 is to record your vocals for the chorus a huge amount of times if you want it to sound huge. So here I've done it 5 times, I think, for the main. And you can see that I'm singing 1 down the middle, 2 are panned out halfway, 2 are panned hard. Let me go. Then I'm hitting the high octave and doing the same thing. Main 1 down the center, 2 panned out half, 2 other ones panned out hard. And I think I sang it an extra time there again to make that sound big as well. So when you add it all together, let me go. Let me go. Some other tips for making your vocals sound huge on the chorus would be a little bit of OTT, smashing it with the ozone imager, pushing up the highs and the mids, and adding a big saucy reverb like a Valhalla shimmer. Tip 4 is to not just rely on splice loops, make sure you play some instruments on there too. Here we've got a wurlitzer part coming from the electric grand coming from addictive keys. Last tip today is if you have the Waves bundle, check out the vintage aural exciter on your vocal. Try adding some brightness and air to the vocal. Let me go. With that plugin. That's it for today. Make sure to hit the link to check out the song. Make sure to hit subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Instagram for more tutorials. Peace, y'all.